Hello and welcome to another episode of Adeline Garage. Today we'll be going over the issues that stiffer front lower control arm bushings cause with the 2011 Mustang racks. When you install stiffer bushings, the E-Pass system freaks out, which causes a bad steering shudder above 40 miles an hour. If the speed drops below 40 miles an hour, the shudder stops completely. To fix this issue, you can buy a Boss 302R steering rack, which retails around $1,000. Or you have the option of getting a used steering rack out of a mid-2012 Mustang or newer. You are not able to correct the programming issues in the 2011 racks. As you can see, not only does it affect the steering wheel, but it causes the tires to violently shake as well. We chose to pick up a used steering rack out of a later build date 2012 Mustang. Next, remove the 7mm bolts in front of the service shield. By doing this, you gain access to the front K-member support bolts.
Is it this one? I can't see. Yeah, it's here. This swings down and punches me in the face.
Now you have to remove the front K-member support. There are 4 15mm bolts in the rear of the brace and 4 15mm bolts in the front.
This one. Jesus Christ, I wish I had a fucking lift.
You may have to use a ratchet to get the front 2 bolts off. Once all the bolts are removed, the brace can be set aside. Now loosen the 18mm bolts holding in the steering end links, and tap the links with a hammer until they unseat from the spindle. Once removed, you can work on the 3 bolts holding in the power steering rack. So my neighbor is currently mowing the yard, which is really freaking annoying. But
and he's hitting my car with his mower stuff.
So the back bolt is actually in here. So what we did is we took the torch, stuck it in here, and it heats up all of the... Really? You can see the bolts in there. Not really, but that's where the bolt is. And then Anthony is getting it from the top. I wonder if that'll... Yeah, keep going.
Phone's kind of annoying. maybe that'll work. I don't know if I'm actually recording anything, but... Seriously, he might be scratching up my car. He's getting the paint now.
The torch helps remove the overabundance of Loctite that Ford used on the rear bolt. Once the rear bolt is removed, it's best to use an 18mm ratcheting wrench to remove the front too.
Alright, so once the bolts are off, there's this one, that one, and then there's one on the top. Make sure you unplug these. These guys right here, because you don't want that hanging. And then you can take the rack out like this. Just don't drop it on your head.
Now you can install your new steering rack.
Alright, so with the new steering rack, I still have to fix the wheel. It's a little crooked, but that's not that big of a deal. So it feels like it solved the issue. So hopefully we won't have any issues anymore. What actually causes it? The 2011 Mustangs have an electric power steering rack, and it's programmed to have some type of anti-sway device. So speeds above 40 miles an hour, it tries to correct like the car traveling in the lane. So when you go with a firmer bushing, it freaks the system out, thinking that the car is going everywhere. So it's trying to correct it. I guess with the development of the Boss Mustangs, they use a different bushing, a harder bushing that they had that issue with. So all of the 2012 and up Mustangs have a different programming than the 2011. So the issue's gone. So you just have to switch to a mid 2012, 13, or 14 rack. So that seems to solve the issue. So hopefully it's all gone and I won't have any more problems.
Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time.